Hi, it's Rosa Collado. And I know that in my last video about the true cost of selling a home in New York City, the topic of transfer tax got to be a little bit overwhelming and maybe confusing. But my goal with this video, and it's short, is to go more into detail about transfer tax in New York City and put you at ease. So make sure you stay tuned. So let's begin. The New York City Transfer Tax, which is more formally known as New York City Real Property Transfer Tax, is a tax that applies to all transfer of properties and co-op shares. As with everything, there are taxes to be paid, especially here in the US. In New York City, there are two taxes that have to be paid, one to the city and one to the state. And to clarify, when I'm talking about New York City, I'm talking about the 5 boroughs, which is Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, and Manhattan. City transfer tax costs between 1% to 1.425% of the purchase price of the property, and it is paid by the seller of the property. Like city transfer tax, there's also a state transfer tax, which is also paid by the seller. And there are 0.4% for properties with a purchase price below $3 million. Now, if you go over $3 million, you're looking at 0.65%. So let's go ahead and use some examples. This is why I have this box here, so you can kind of start seeing some difference here. So let's say that you're selling a house in New York City for, let's say, $1.5 million. Your state transfer tax will be around $6,000. And the city transfer tax will be around $21,375. Add those two together, you're looking at $27,373,000. So now let's go ahead and look for, let's say, a co-op that you sell here in New York City. Let's say that you're selling it for $475,000. You're looking at 0.4% or $1,900 for the New York State transfer tax. Now for New York City transfer tax, you're looking at 1% or $4,750. Now, I want you guys to just kind of look a little different here with when there's a property that's over $500,000, you're paying 1.425%. Now it's under $500,000, that's where you're paying 1% New York City transfer tax. Now you may be thinking, okay, so how do I pay my transfer tax? Well, if you're selling a co-op, your attorney will collect the transfer tax and send it over to the county clerk. Now, if you're selling a condo or a house, the title company will collect the transfer tax from the sale and send it on to the county clerk. So I really hope that this clarified any questions that you had about transfer tax. And also, if you have any more questions, make sure you comment below. I'll make sure to respond to them quickly. And who knows, I might do a video in depth. I'll talk to you guys soon.